Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Gur Mantra Shiksha Ka Granth. I am your educator Nidhi Dua and I warmly welcomes you at this platform. I hope you all are doing good, you all are fitting fine and your studies are going in a smooth manner. So guys, in today's lecture we are going to discuss about electrochemistry. So electrochemistry is the branch of physical chemistry that studies the relationship between electricity as a measurable and quantitative phenomenon and identifiable chemical changes with either electricity considered an outcome of a particular chemical change or vice versa. In simple language, we can say electrochemistry deals with the study of electrical properties of solution of electrolytes with the interrelation of chemical phenomenon and electrical charges. So in simple language, you may conclude that in electrochemistry, we are going to discuss the relation of chemical phenomenon and electrical charges. Okay, electrical energy is carried through matter in forms of electric current with the help of suitable source and charge carriers, or ions or electrons. So in charge, if you talk about the charge carriers, these charge carriers are ions or electrons. Now in electrochemistry, conductors plays a very important role. There are two types of conduction found in electrochemistry. Number one is metallic conduction and number two is electrolytic conduction. In case of metallic conduction, electron flow from negative end to positive end. In case of electrolytic conduction, ions flow towards the oppositively charged electrodes. Okay? Flow of electricity takes place without the decomposition of substance in case of metallic conduction. While in case of electrolytic conduction, flow of electricity takes place by chemical changes at electrodes. In case of metallic conduction, no transfer of matter takes place, while in case of electrolytic conduction, transfer of matter takes place in the form of ions. Now, this point number 4 is very important. Question can be asked from this point. In case of metallic conduction, the resistance to flow of current increases with increase in temperature. As the value of current increases, the resistance of the flow of current increases, the temperature increases, hence the increase in temperature decreases the conduction. Means in case of metallic conduction, if you increases the temperature, the conduction decreases. While in case of electrolytic conduction, as the temperature increases, conduction increases. Okay, so this was about the metallic conduction and electrolytic conduction. Now we are going to discuss some important terms related to electrochemistry. Number one term is your galvanic cell or Daniell cell. Now what is the meaning of these cells? Galvanic cell or Daniell cell. A galvanic cell is the cell in which chemical energy is transformed into chemical energy. Means this cell uses the chemical energy to convert it into electrical energy. Okay. During the chemical processes, reduction in free energy will obtain as a result in the form of electrical energy. This is the diagram showing the conduction of electrolytes, or we can say this is the type of cell in which the electrical or chemical changes takes place. This is your half cell, that is zinc. This is your half cell, that is copper. Two half cells merge together to form a complete cell, and in between the two half cells a salt bridge is linked. This salt bridge is made up of inert electrolytes. The inert electrolytes can be KCl, KNO3, NH4Cl, etc. with gelatin or agar-agar. This is your anode and this is your cathode. At anode, zinc is being oxidized and this is the negative terminal, while this is your cathode, that is positive terminal where the copper is being reduced. Okay. Now the next term is salt bridge. Salt bridge allows the flow of current by completing the circuit. As you can see here, salt bridge is completing the circuit, intermixing with half cell, this half cell, and with this half cell. Okay. It maintains the electrical neutrality of electrolytes in two half cells. If we talk about the characteristic of electrolyte used in salt bridge are the electrolytes should be inert. Means the electrolytes that are used in salt bridge, for example KCl, KNO3, NH4Cl with gelatin or agar-agar, should be inert. Means they should not react with any other compound present in that solution. The cations and anions of the electrolytes used should be of the same ionic mobility. This was about the salt bridge. Next term is electrode potential. If you talk about the electrode potential is the electromotive force of a galvanic cell built from a standard reference electrode and another electrode to be characterized. Or simply you can say, when a strip of metal brought in contact with the solution containing its own ion, then the strip of metal get positively charged or negatively charged and results into a potential being developed between the metallic strip and its solution. That is known as electrode potential. So in simple language, you can say electrode potential is the potential between metal and its solution. Okay. Next term is standard electrode potential. When you take the standard condition, then the previous electrode potential will be known as standard electrode potential. And the standard conditions are if the concentration of ions is unity, temperature is 25 degrees Celsius and pressure is 1 atmosphere, then the potential of electrode will be known as standard electrode potential. Means in case of standard electrode potential, you have to take all the criteria into standard forms. And in standard forms, what you will take? You will take the concentration of ions as unity as 1. Temperature should be 25 degrees Celsius and pressure should be 1 atm. The given value of electrode potential be regarded as the reduction potential unless it is specifically mentioned, that is oxidation potential. Okay, this is very important point. I repeat. The given value of electrode potential be regarded as the reduction potential unless it is specifically mentioned that it is oxidation potential. Okay. Next term is electromotive force or cell voltage. Now the difference in electrode potential of two electrodes is termed as electromotive force. And what are the two electrodes? In a cell, two electrodes are cathode and anode. If you want to calculate the EMF of two electrodes, you have three formulas. The three formulas are as follows. If in question you have given, if the question is talking about the reduction potential of cathode and anode, then to calculate the EMF of cell, what you need is you need to subtract E cathode minus E anode. If it is given about the oxidation power, then you have to subtract the value of E of anode minus E oxidation of cathode. And if anode oxidation is given and cathode reduction is given, the formula is E oxidation at anode minus E reduction at cathode. So this was about the EMF of cell. Now a very important topic, that is Nernst equation. This is very important topic of this lecture. In electrochemistry, the Nernst equation is an equation that relates the reduction potential of an electrochemical reaction to the standard electrode potential. Okay, with the help of Nernst equation, we can calculate the electrode potential of electrode or EMF of cell. So this is your Nernst equation. E cell is equals to E naught minus RT upon NF log E product upon reactant, where E naught is equals to standard electrode potential, R is your gas constant, T is temperature, where what you will take temperature in Kelvin. Faraday, F is your Faraday's constant having the value 96500 Coulomb per mole, and N is equals to number of electrons gained or loosed. Or E cell is equals to, when you put up these values, the value of all constant into this equation, then you will get the final Nernst equation, that is E cell is equals to E naught minus 0.059 divided by N log E product upon reactant, where N is your number of electrons gained or loosed. So what you have to remember, this equation, that is your Nernst equation. Okay, this equation will help you to solve the numerical problems. Now example based on Nernst equation. Example says the 0.1 molar copper sulfate solution in which copper electrode is dipped at 25 degrees Celsius. Calculate the electrode potential of copper electrode. Given E naught of cell Cu plus 2 slash Cu is equals to 0.34 volt, and Cu plus 2 electrons is equals to Cu. Okay, as this is given you, Cu plus 2 electrons is equals to Cu, means Cu plus 2 ion is converted into copper while accepting the 2 electrons. So the value of N is 2. When you write the equation, the Nernst equation, E reduction is equals to E reduction, E naught reduction minus 0.059 divided by N log the concentration of product upon concentration of reactant. When you put up the values into this equation, you will get 0.34 minus 0.059 divided by 2 log 10. And when you put up this, when you solve this equation, you will get the answer as 0.31 volt. So this was the example based on Nernst equation. Now some important points regarding to this Nernst equation. The value of electrode potential does not depend on the stoichiometry of half reactions. In electrolytic cell, cathode is negative terminal, whereas in galvanic cell, cathode is a positive terminal. This is very important point. Point is, in electrolytic cell, cathode is negative terminal, while in case of galvanic cell, cathode is always a positive terminal. If you talk about the work obtained by the electrochemical cell, this work obtained by the electrochemical cell is equals to the free energy of cell. And this free energy of cell is known as Gibbs energy, represented by delta G, and work obtained is equals to minus NFE. This is also very important equation. This will help you to solve the numerical problems. A cell reaction is spontaneous if delta G is equals to negative or E cell is equals to positive. This is also very important. The cell reaction will be spontaneous if the value of delta G, the value of Gibbs energy, is negative. Okay. So this was all about the introduction of electrochemical cells, or you can say electrochemistry. We have seen a very few terms, and also we have seen a very important point, very important topic, that is Nernst equation in this lecture. Now, in case if you are new here at our YouTube channel, please do like, share and subscribe. You can also join our Telegram channel Gur Mantra for more new updates related to your exam. And if you have any query, you can mail us on tanejanehaofficial@gmail.com, and also you can contact us on the given number. Now, a very important announcement. If you are preparing for CSIR UGC NET, you can follow Neha Taneja ma'am on Unacademy platform. She is one of the best educator over there. On Unacademy platform, you will get daily live classes, structural courses, live tests and quizzes, and with one subscription, you will get unlimited access. If you are interested, you can go through with this detailed paid classes. While taking these detailed paid classes, you can use the referral code NEHA, that is NEHA. And after using this referral code, you will get 10% discount on total fee. Thank you very much guys. I hope you all liked the video.